And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MCC TV. I'm Richard Thomas. Sorry for the delay in our broadcast, little technical difficulties. But we've started out here in the second quarter. Their Hustlers up 17-11 against the Pirates of St. Edward's School. Substitution now by your Hustlers. Into the game will be number 2, Max Erdman, one of your two-sport athletes just coming off the football field, now playing on the basketball team. We have a timeout on the court. A St. Edward's timeout. Again, we do thank you for logging on and watching MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. It's Wednesday night basketball here on MCC TV on the FHSAA network, powered by Play On Sports. Again, your score 18-11. And out of the timeout, possession will be the Pirates of St. Edward's will have possession. Again, your score 18-11. Good pressure underneath. Good defense out on the blocks for Melbourne Central Catholic. Rebound's going to go for the Pirates and then out of bounds. And we'll have an inbounds on the sideline for St. Edward's. Quick inbounds, drive to the basket. Good defense there by the Hustlers. Rebound on the block. Good block. Here comes your Hustler Bees in transition. Decent ball rotation by Melbourne Central Catholic. Drive dish in the corner. That one's going to be an air ball. Possession now in favor of St. Edward's School. Melbourne Central Catholic picking up in sort of a man spin move there. Dish out. Rebound will be Erdman. Here comes Melbourne in transition now. 3-ball up by Melbourne Central Catholic, and it's good. That's number 2, number 24, Darius Allen, dropping it in for Melbourne Central Catholic. The score 21-11 now. A tight game so far. Melbourne Central Catholic so far, a 3-ball from St. Edward's, but we're going to have a loose ball foul on the opposite side, and that'll be on number 3, Brock Miller, his second personal. That'll be the 17th foul. So St. Edward's in the bonus as number 24, Darius Allen, will go to the line shooting 1-1 for Melbourne. First shot's up, and he drops it in. 5:31 left here in the second quarter. Your Hustler Bees up pretty big so far. They sort of opened it up here in the second quarter after having a closely contested first quarter. Allen drops in the second one. We have a substitution on the sideline. Into the game will be number 35, Simon Little. As the Pirates now come in transition. In a bit of a hole right now in the second quarter. They try to go to the block, and a quick whistle. And that foul is going to be on number 5, Will Erdman. Again, one of those two-sport athletes coming off the football field right here to the basketball court. Good rotation from St. Edward's. Pump fakes, shot in the corner. That one just off. Here comes Melbourne in transition. Erdman driving, is going to pull it back up. Pull-up jumper, and it's good. Will Erdman. Beautiful shot there. Drove a little bit, pulled it back out, and he pulled up the nice jumper and dropped it in. Erdman again with the steal, but he gets it taken away quickly from the Pirates. St. Edward's now driving in transition, pulls up on his own, off the backboard, rebound, Melbourne Central Catholic. Decent numbers for the Hustlers. A slip and fall there by number 22, Juwan Bennett. And that's going to lead to free throws for the Pirates of St. Edward's School as Melbourne Central Catholic turns the ball over. And that's going to be the second personal foul for Will Erdman. 5th team foul at the line shooting. Into the game now will be number 23, Phillip Price. And here comes the second shot from St. Edward's. 4:32 now left here in the second quarter. We have a substitution for the Pirates. Into the game will be number 21. And the officials have a timeout on the court to get a little bit of wetness off of the floor. Again, we do thank you for logging on and watching MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic here in Melbourne, Florida. Wednesday night basketball, our first basketball event here on MCC TV. We'll be with you all season long. Erdman with the drive, he's going to dish it up. And the offense of Melbourne well outside the three-point line, driving, good. Pump fake there, unable to finish the layup. And here come the Pirates of St. Edward's trying to make something happen in transition. Melbourne Central Catholic back into a 2-3 zone now out of the man defense. And there goes the shot. That's what the 2-3 zone makes you do. You dare the shooters to shoot. And St. Edward's drops in the three-pointer, 25-16, 3:35 left to go. Good drive and dish there from Melbourne, but unable to finish the layup. Another three ball from the Pirates, and they drop it in back-to-back three-pointers. And the coach of Melbourne Central Catholic has seen enough. He's going to call a timeout as the Pirates of St. Edward's School have come all the way back to sort of make a game out of here in the second quarter. It's 25-19 with 3:24 left here in the second quarter. Again, we do thank you for logging on and watching MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. If you want to learn more about Melbourne Central Catholic, be sure to visit us on the web. That's www.melbournecc.org. Again, that's melbournecc.org if you want to learn more about Melbourne Central Catholic. We're going to have a full slate of events this week. We have soccer coming up in the next week, and we have some games going on over the weekend. So we do encourage you to log on to the Melbourne Central Catholic portal. That's fhsaasports.com/Melbourne Central Catholic. You can get your full slate of MCC broadcasts there. Out of the timeout, possession still in favor of Melbourne Central Catholic. 3:16 left here in the second quarter. Erdman with the ball at the top of the key. A pull-up jumper from the three ball there. Rebound in favor of Melbourne Central Catholic. And Darius Allen with the drive there. The foul's going to be on number 21. Alex Strickland, that's his second personal 8-team foul. At the line shooting 1-1. It'll be number 24, Darius Allen. Allen misses the front end of the 1-1. And here come the Pirates of St. Edward's School. And again, Melbourne Central Catholic sticking with the 2-3 zone. Another three ball, pull it up, and it's good. That's number 33, his second three-pointer. And coach may want to consider coming out of that 3-2 zone or that 2-3 zone as they found their stroke a little bit and made a game of this. Now only down by 3 as number 1, Chase Harris, drives and gets fouled on the play. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Alex Strickland picking up his third personal foul, 9th-team foul. Again, the Pirates of St. Edward's School in the bonus. And Harris will go to the line shooting 2 shots. Actually, he's going to be shooting 1 and 1. Oh, he comes up with the steal. That's number 24, Darius Allen, but unable to make something of it, but a good heads-up play there. As the Pirates have numbers and the point guard with a strong pass off the hand of his player. It goes out of bounds in favor of Melbourne Central Catholic. They'll take possession here with 2:13 left here in the second quarter. In a slight stoppage in play as they get a little bit of the moisture off of the floor. We do have a substitution for Melbourne Central Catholic. Into the game from Melbourne to be number 4, Ray Watkins. Ray Watkins into the game with 2:11 left here in the second quarter. Erdman with the drive. He dishes it to Watkins. Goes back to Erdman. Pull-up jumper. And that one's going to be off, but it looks like Watkins going to be called with the over the back foul as he was going up for that rebound. That's going to be his 3rd personal, 6th-team foul. Substitution now for Melbourne Central Catholic into the game, number 10, Kyle Taylor. He's going to replace Watkins, as Watkins' stint in the game is short-lived as he goes in and picks up a quick foul, and he'll go back to the bench now in foul trouble. 1:48 left here, second quarter. Again, as you see in your screen, 25-22. St. Edwards has sort of made a game of it, and they've done it to the 3-ball. Another one goes up. Rebound. Melbourne Central Catholic going now in transition. Pull-up jumper. And that one rattles in. Chase Harris drops it in for Melbourne. 27-22 your score, 1:27 left to your second quarter. And we have a quick foul on the sideline. Kyle Taylor with the foul there, his first personal, 7th-team foul. Wesley Campbell into the game for the Pirates of St. Edwards. And number 33 will go to the line. He's going to shoot 1 and 1. And the shot is up and good. And as I've said, Melbourne Central Catholic sort of pulled away in the first part of this second quarter, and it's St. Edwards who's charged back, and they've done that mainly through the 3-ball, and they're doing it again here at the free throw line as number 33 knocks down both his free throws. Now a 3-point game. We'll see what Coach calls up for Melbourne Central Catholic in this possession with 1:14 left here in the second quarter. Good ball rotation from Melbourne. They drive, shot goes up, big rebound there, but no shot. They're going to call a traveling violation on Allen. 1:03 left here, second quarter before we head to halftime. Possession now in favor of St. Edwards. Coach has now put the Hustlers back into a man defense. Shot goes up from the 3-ball, just barely rims out. And we'll have a foul on St. Edwards. Parker Dressler with the foul. That'll be his second personal. And that'll be their 10th team foul. So the Pirates in the double bonus. At number 23, Phillip Price will shoot 2 with 46 seconds left here in the second quarter. First one goes up, and that one rims out. Substitution for the Pirates into the game. Carter in for the Pirates as Price shoots one more. And Price knocks it in. Possession now in favor of the Pirates with 43 seconds left here in the second quarter. Again, Melbourne Central Catholic still in the man defense. Erdman picking up the ball tight to the three-point line. Good play run, looking for the shot there. He pulls it down. Oh, good steal there by Melbourne Central Catholic. All the way. And Chase Harris finished the basket. 19 seconds left now in the basketball game. Good awareness there by Harris as he takes it coast to coast and finishes after getting the steal. Melbourne looking for that, Pirates looking for that pop-up shot. Their big man had a shot down low, pull-up jumper, and the shot's no good. And as we head to halftime here in the Hive on the campus of Melbourne Central Catholic, the score 30-24, but we did have a foul on the shot as we'll shoot free throws. We're shooting free throws before we head to halftime. And the first free throw is up and no good. Here comes your second free throw. And that one drops in. So we'll head to halftime with the score 30-25 here on MCC TV. We thank you for logging on and watching the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. I'm Richard Thomas. I'll be with you throughout the entire broadcast. Hang with us. Halftime action here in the Hive. We'll be back in just a few.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonssports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.
Richard Thomas back here on MCC TV. Halftime done as we head into and wow, big rise up dunk. Darius Allen jumping up and putting that one down for Melbourne Central Catholic. So we're at third quarter action now here on MCC TV. And Melbourne comes up with the steal. And it's number 22, Jawan Bennett, who puts it up and down for your Hustler Beast. So 2 quick points for Melbourne Central Catholic to start the second half. 7:24 just left here, just started the third quarter action. Pull-up jumper there off the front end of the rim. Here comes Melbourne fast in transition. And we have a foul, and it's going to be the coach from St. Edward's going to call the quick timeout to start the second half. So again, we do thank you for logging on and watching MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. And out of the timeout, it's the Pirates of St. Edwards with possession. Melbourne Central Catholic gone back to the man defense. Good drive and dish on the baseline. And had the rebound for a second, but it was given back up. Possession back in favor of the Pirates. Pull-up jumper. No good. Big rebound there. And it's going to be a quick pass up and out of bounds. Possession in favor of the Pirates of St. Edward's School. Coach from Melbourne calling for pressure. And a foul away from the ball. Number 10, Kyle Taylor, his second personal first team foul here in the second half. Don't need the crazy fouls away from the ball. As you can see, Taylor playing against a bigger player on the post, just trying to battle a little bit down there on the block. They go to him. Taylor, good defense. Rebound up. And the foul on Melbourne Central Catholic as their player was falling away. Foul's going to be on Phillip Price, his third personal, second team foul, number 33 on the line. And the first one rims in and out. Hustlers substitution into the game will be number 5, Will Erdman. As the second free throw rims in and out, here comes your Hustlers in transition. And that shot's going to be up and good. I think he called the basket good. That's going to be number 1, Chase Harris. And Harris will go to the line and shoot one for Melbourne. And the free throw is up and good. 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Melbourne has come out nice and strong and opened up a pretty decent lead here. And as that ball almost traveled into the backcourt, the Pirates player able to get it, drive. And you'd like to see an over-the-back penalty there, but ball's going to go out of bounds, still in favor of the Pirates of St. Edwards. Inbounds, and the foul again is going to be called on number 12, Kyle Taylor. That's going to be Taylor's third personal, third team foul. Ray Watkins going to come back into the game now for Melbourne Central Catholic. Watkins also with 3 fouls. St. Edwards driving, pull-up jumper, and it's good by number 33. 5:35 left here in the third quarter. Melbourne fast in transition. Bobby Parker with the foul there, his first personal, his second team foul. Inbounds now for Melbourne. They go right underneath the backs, and Watkins unable to get the easy layup there. And the Pirates fast in transition, driving on the baseline. But the foul is going to be called there on number 24, Darius Allen. Inbounds now for the Pirates. As they go up, Harris gets a finger on that one, but it stays alive. St. Edwards driving, but Erdman gets a hand in there. Fast in transition. Here come the Hustlers. They throw it up, and just a missed opportunity there. And they'll call a foul underneath the basket, but flashy play there, or an attempt at flashy play there from Melbourne Central Catholic. And unfortunately, they don't finish the basket. Chase Harris Inbounding the ball for the Hustlers. They go to the corner with Watkins. Harris driving. And wow, number 24, Darius Allen rising up, putting that one down. Almost got to dunk that one, but tips it in for Hustler point. 41-27, 4:45 left here. And an easy tip underneath the basket for a Pirates point. Again, Melbourne quick to bring the ball up the court. Pressure. And number 22, Jawan Bennett drops that one in. No call underneath the basket. A little bit of contact there, but both players okay. And Harris gets a finger on that one, and the Pirates will maintain possession. Substitution now for Melbourne Central Catholic. Max Erdman going to come into the game, replace Harris. Simon Little also coming into the game. He's going to give number 24, Darius Allen, a blow here in the third quarter. So inbounds from St. Edwards. Pressure defense picked up by Melbourne Central Catholic. They go into the block, and they put it down for a point. And we saw this in the second quarter. Melbourne Central Catholic came out fast as that ball was hit out of bounds off the Hustlers. They came out fast, but it was the Pirates of St. Edwards who finished the quarter strong. We'll see what happens here as Melbourne looks for the inbounds. They go to the corner, and Erdman, he pulls it out, goes back to Watkins. Good ball movement by Melbourne. Three ball. Good. That's number 22, Jawan Bennett, dropping in the three ball for Melbourne Central Catholic. A big lead now for Melbourne, 46-31. And number 3 driving. Erdman with the rebound. Here come your Hustlers in transition. And they're going to call light contact. I didn't think there was a lot of contact on that drive. But Jawan Bennett. Bobby Parker with the foul, his third personal, fourth team foul. Inbounds now for Melbourne Central Catholic. They go right underneath the block to Watkins. And Watkins gets a shot up, and he's going to go to the line and shoot two. Parker Drexler with the foul, his third personal, 15 foul. Again, Watkins at the line shooting two for your Hustlers. First one's up, and that one rims out. Substitution on the sideline now for St. Edwards. Sam Edelman into the game. Watkins at the line shooting one. Shots up for Watkins. That one rims off the front of the rim. And a technical foul. Parker Drexler going to get the technical foul. That's going to be his fourth personal 16 foul. And the big man for the Pirates of St. Edwards may be going to the bench, but he's definitely in foul trouble now. Number 22, Jawan Bennett at the line shooting the technical free throws. And the first one rims in and out. 3:16 left here in the third quarter. Here comes the second technical foul free throw from Bennett. And Bennett drops in the second. Possession's going to stay in favor of the Hustlers of Melbourne Central Catholic. Darius Allen back into the game for Melbourne Central Catholic. And a quick inbounds from Erdman on the sideline. Allen with the ball, picks up his dribble. Good pressure defense from St. Edwards. Pull-up jumper. Contact there, and the bench from St. Edwards doesn't like it. Brock Miller with the foul, his third 7-team foul. As number 24, Darius Allen, goes to the line, shooting 2 for Melbourne. And Allen's first free throw is up. Here comes the second from Allen. 2:55 left here in the third quarter. And the shot is up and good. Substitution now for Melbourne Central Catholic as Jawan Bennett comes in. .247 left here, third quarter. Driving the dish, right corner, but they're going to call the foul there as Simon Little, a little bit of contact on the jump shooter. That is basketball 101. You never want to foul a jump shooter. As the foul happens there, that's going to be Little's first personal 15 foul. Campbell at the line shooting 2 for the Pirates. Campbell rattles in the first one. And St. Edwards hasn't gone anywhere just yet. They're lingering around. And the final stages of this third quarter, we'll see if Melbourne can sort of pull away as the second free throw rims in and out, and rebound's going to go in favor of your Melbourne Central Catholic Hustlers. Darius Allen with the rebound. They go to Little on the block, and Little's going to dish it right back out. Love the shoes by Darius Little. Those shoes are beyond the dark green colors of Melbourne Central Catholic. He's gone with the neon green shoes. We'll see if we see those all season long, but those are I'm going to go ahead and say those are a little obnoxious. But he loves it, and he likes that one as Simon Little going to go to the line. Actually, he's going to go to the bench as Chase Harris is going to go to the line and shoot for Melbourne. And the front end of that 1-and-1 is up and good. And the second free throw rattles in as well. 2:20 now left here, third quarter. Decent ball movement. 3 ball from St. Edwards. Oh, that one looked good. It rims in and out, but the big rebound on the block fades away. And it's Allen who sort of comes away with the rebound. Now, Melbourne Central Catholic fast in transition. They go to the corner. Erdman, 3 ball. And that one's going to rattle off the top end of the backboard, out of bounds. Pirates basketball. Oh, good drive there. Gets his own rebound as he's falling away. It's too strong off the backboard. Melbourne Central Catholic now with the ball in transition. Driving. And Erdman driving there, gets his own rebound. Strong with the basketball, goes back up with it. Possession now in favor of the Pirates. Missed opportunity there from Melbourne. Drive, dish, 3 ball from the corner. That one's going to be good. 1:18 left here in the third quarter after the 3 ball from St. Edwards. Harris bringing the ball up the court now for Melbourne. A lot of dribbling at the top. .52 seconds now. Allen pulls up, long 3 ball. Wow, Darius Allen rises up, knocks down the 3 there with 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Erdman going to come away with the rebound there, but they're going to call a foul on the sideline with 28.4 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Erdman's going to go to the line, shooting 1-1 for the Hustlers. And here comes the second free throw from Erdman. And that one rims off, but rebound goes to Little. Little in his flashy shoes, unable to make that one happen. 23 seconds now left here in the third quarter. Driving sideline, but they're going to call a blocking foul. And that one may be on number 5, Will Erdman. And correction, that one's going to be on Max Erdman. Drive there by St. Edwards. That one's going to drop in. 7 seconds now left here, third quarter. Looking for the pick. Long three ball. Wow! The long three ball from Chase Harris drops in at the end of the quarter. That is absolutely exciting. I think he threw up a prayer there, but that one drops in, and it's your Hustlers with a big lead here at the end of the third quarter. 58-37 your score. Hang with us here on MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. An exciting end to the third quarter. Richard Thomas back here on MCC TV, your live streaming program for Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. An exciting into that third quarter, and here we are, fourth quarter action here. Your Hustlers taking on the Pirates of St. Edwards, and quickly a foul to start the fourth quarter. Chase Harris gets the foul. His first personal. And the second free throw rims out. Rebound's going to go to number 35, Simon Little. Melbourne fast in transition. Erdman looking for a Little. The other Erdman goes with a three ball. And the rebound's going to go in favor of St. Edwards. But it looked like Melbourne will come away from a foul there. Instead, they're going to call the reach-in. They're going to call a reach-in on number 10, Kyle Taylor. That's going to be Taylor's fourth personal, 8th team foul. And rebound in favor of Melbourne. Here they come in transition. Quickly up. As a little miscommunication there, or actually a Pirates player knocks that one out of bounds. Possession's going to stay in favor of Melbourne Central Catholic. And the official puts the ball down, starts the 5-second count. And they get the ball into Harris. He goes to the corner. Little hesitation. They go to Simon Little. Easy basket there for Melbourne Central Catholic. Three ball from the Pirates. They go fast in transition up to Erdman. He has numbers. He goes to Harris, and Harris decides to bring it out. And they're going to call a traveling violation. I knew it was coming soon. Got to put that ball down before we decide to make a move. Substitution now for St. Edwards. Will Sumter into the game now for the Hustlers. Big lead for Melbourne Central Catholic. The big man back into the game, a little cold, comes in, shoots up an air ball. Simon Little with the rebound there. And we have a timeout on the sideline. That's going to be a Melbourne Central Catholic timeout. Again, if you're interested to learn more about Melbourne Central Catholic and all it has to offer, be sure to visit us on the web at www.melbournecc.org. Again, that's www.melbournecc.org. If you want to purchase a DVD copy of this broadcast, you can email mcctv@melbournecc.org. Again, that's mcctv@melbournecentralcatholicCC.org, and we'll get a DVD copy out to you as soon as possible. We thank you for logging on and watching the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. I'm Richard Thomas. Hang with us. We'll be back in just a few. Richard Thomas here out of the timeout. Possession was in favor of your Hustlers as they turn the ball over, and it's the Pirates of St. Edwards who will take possession here. 6:19 left here in the fourth quarter. As you see your score, 60-37. Melbourne Central Catholic with a big lead. Coach has gone back to the man defense, and in the corner, a nice pull-up jumper from Flowers. And we saw St. Edwards battle back as they did in the beginning or the latter stages of the second quarters. But when Chase Harris is playing like that, drive an easy layup, 62-41 your score, 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. That one rims in and out. And wow, dribbles all the way through the pressure. Melbourne Central Catholic with numbers, and they quickly turn the ball over. In transition now. An easy basket there for St. Edwards. Drexler with the easy basket there. He had been on the bench for a while, got a technical foul in the third quarter. Flowers with the foul, his first personal 10-team foul. Harris is going to go to the line and shoot double bonus. He'll be shooting 2 free throws with 5:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Here comes the first free throw from Harris. And Harris knocks in the first free throw. Substitutions now for Melbourne Central Catholic. Into the game is going to be number 24, Darius Allen, number 4, Watkins, and number 22, Jawan Bennett. Harris at the free throw line shooting one. That one up, and that one rims out, and it's no good. Here comes the Pirates of St. Edwards in transition. They go to the top. They go to the elbow with Drexler, and Drexler drops that one in. 4:48 now left here in the fourth quarter. Pressure defense now from St. Edwards. They're picking up the basketball well beyond the three-point line. And Harris goes around the corner. Shot opportunity there. That one gets up and rims just out. Here comes St. Edwards fast in transition. Gets the ball to the point guard. He comes out, dishes it down, and falls into contact. I hate when referees call that foul there. He went in there not trying to make the shot. He went in there looking for the foul, and the Officials give it to them. 63-45 your score. Penny at the line shooting 2. And the first one rattles around and drops in for a point. 4:13 left here, fourth quarter. Here comes the second free throw from Penny. And that one rims in and out. Watkins with the rebound. Here comes Harris fast in transition. Gives the ball up quickly to Bennett. Bennett trying to find something. Nice crossover dribble. But he loses that one, and they're going to call a jump ball in possession in favor of Melbourne Central Catholic, so they'll maintain possession. Inbounds goes to Bennett. Bennett picks up his dribble. Again, the Pirates picking up their defense well beyond the three-point line. All good pass there. Number 23, Phillip Price over to Chase Harris, and Chase Harris handles the ball and drops it in for a point. Drexler's turnaround. All good rebound underneath the basket. And Melbourne comes away with the rebound there. Fast in transition now will be number 22, Juwan Bennett. And he's going to pull it back out with 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Long three ball. The three ball's good by number 23, Phillip Price. And the coach from St. Edward's going to call a timeout as Price threw that one up. And I think he said a prayer because he looked at it for a long time. Three ball, Melbourne Central Catholic, and they maintain their lead 68-46. Hang with us here on MCC TV, the live streaming program of Melbourne Central Catholic in Melbourne, Florida. Varsity basketball action back here in just a few. Richard Thomas back here on MCC TV. A quick foul there from number 23, Price, for the Hustlers. That's going to be his fourth personal. Both teams now in the double bonus. But it's your Hustlers who have a nice lead here in the fourth quarter, looking like they may cruise to victory as both free throws drop in. Erdman driving, and the official saying that he lost control of that ball. And possession now in favor of the Pirates. Ball rotation, shot going to be up off the backboard. Quick put back. And he gets his own rebound. Puts it back out. Good pump fake. Goes to the corner. Jumper. That one's going to rim off. Erdman sort of taps that one around. And finally, the Pirates drink one in. Watkins with the rebound there. And a wasted possession there from Melbourne Central Catholic. 3 ball. Good. And Bobby Parker knocks in the 3 ball. St. Edwards closes the gap a little bit more, but still a decent lead with 1:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Driving, they go to the corner with number 24, Darius Allen. Good box out there from the Pirates. They come now in transition, fast in transition. They drop that one in. A lot of contact underneath the basket, and an ill-advised inbounds. And we'll get a blocking foul underneath with 1:07 left. And it's St. Edwards. Drive into the basket, and that one will go up. And Watkins, Allen, and Erdman will go to the bench. As the first free throw is up and good. And that second free throw drops in. 1:07 left here in the ball game. As Allen, and a traveling violation. I think I would have called the foul first. Nonetheless, they have the whistle. It's their call. Traveling on the Hustlers. Possession going back to the Pirates. They go to the corner. 3 ball. That one looked like it was going in. They get the rebound. Another 3 ball. And St. Edwards gets the rebound again. The turnaround. Gosh, the offensive rebounds are coming easily. A lot of dribbling with 44 seconds left. They go back out. Another 3 ball. Oh, that one looked like it would be good, but another offensive rebound. And that one going out of bounds. Possession still in favor. And wow, we saw a lot of offensive rebounds there from St. Edwards. They go long with it. 32 seconds left now. Picks up his dribble. They go down underneath, turns around, shoots it up. Rebound finally in favor of Melbourne, and that one going to go out of bounds in favor of MCC. Chase Harris will inbound the basketball on the sideline as the Pirates pick up full court. Erdman catches that one and turns the ball over. 3 ball. And that one's good. Sam Edelman drops that one in for 3. And, man, you would think if they had a little bit more time on the clock, St. Edwards will make a game of this one as they knock this one down to a single-digit lead, 68-60, your score late here, fourth quarter. Again, we do ask you to hang around for our post-game show. We'll get some words from our head coach and see what he has to say about the basketball game tonight. But do hang around for our post-game show. We'll have an opportunity to speak with our head coach, Rob Terry, and get his thoughts on tonight's basketball game. 16.1 seconds left here. And out of the timeout, Melbourne Central Catholic will have the ball on the sideline. Inbounds goes to Harris. And they're going to call a foul there on Harris, as he looks like he may have stubbed his toe a little bit. Campbell going to pick up his first personal. And again, both teams in the bonus. And Harris's first free throw goes up and is no good. Here comes the second one, and that one drops in. St. Edward's quick in transition, looking for another 3 ball. They go to the corner, and a big air ball, but they get the rebound, and that one's going to go in. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be your ball game. Hang with us for our MCC TV post-game show. We'll get a word from our head coach, Rob Terry. So hang with us. We'll get our coach here in just a few. Richard Thomas back here on MCC TV. Your Hustlers get the victory over the Pirates of St. Edward's School 69-62. We're going to wait for Coach Rob Terry to come up here. But it's your MCC TV post-game show, and we didn't get an opportunity to see the first quarter action. But what we did see was an exciting defensive team in the second, third, and fourth quarters as Melbourne sort of came out fast in the second quarter. St. Edward's able to charge back there and sort of make a game out of it as we head to halftime. We had a close game there, a single-digit game, but it was all the Hustlers there in the third quarter as they stormed away and sort of made that a double-digit lead. But again, it was the Pirates who sort of charged back. They did it through defense, pressure defense, picking up the basketball well beyond the top of the key and able to sort of make a game of it late. Unfortunately, the clock ran to triple zeros, and Melbourne was able to fight off the Pirates of St. Edward's School. Again, if you want to learn more about Melbourne Central Catholic and all it has to offer, be sure to visit us on the web at www.melbournecc.org. Again, that's www.melbournecc.org. You can schedule your campus tour today and learn more about what's going on here on the campus of Melbourne Central Catholic. You can also purchase a DVD copy of this broadcast by emailing mcctv@melbournecc.org. Again, that's mcctv@melbournecc.org, and we'll get a reproduced copy of that broadcast out to you as soon as possible. We've got a full slate of MCC action here all weekend long. We'll have our soccer team on MCC TV tomorrow. The soccer team going to be taking on the Masters Academy of Vero tomorrow. That game will be live at 4 o'clock p.m. on MCC TV. You can also see basketball on Friday night. On Friday night, we'll have girls basketball as they take on Bayside High School right here on MCC TV. So the basketball action is going to be happening all weekend long. We have a couple of games even on Saturday. We'll have girls basketball starting against Lake Highland at 1 o'clock p.m. and the boys will play a little bit after that. The boys will play at 4 o'clock p.m. They're going to be taking on John Carroll. So we'll have basketball back here on Saturday. We'll have some soccer action later on today. So hang with us. All winter sports will be covered live here on MCC TV. Myself, Richard Thomas, John Allire, and a few of our broadcast team will be here with you throughout the year, and we thank you for logging on, supporting our varsity boys basketball team. Still waiting on the head coach to come out. We'll see if he makes an appearance here soon. If not, we'll go ahead and end our broadcast. It looks like he's coming down the tunnel now, so hang with us. We'll have head coach Rob Harris in just a few here on MCC TV. I can see him coming down the tunnel now, and we'll get his words on tonight's broadcast. So hang with us here. We'll be back in just a few with the head coach of your Melbourne Central Catholic Hustlers, Rob Terry. Richard Thomas back here on MCC TV with head coach Rob Harris. Coach, you guys got out to a decent start in the first quarter. We saw you sort of pull away in the early stages of that second quarter. Pirates able to charge back. How do you assess the basketball game tonight? Coach, we saw some exciting play from Darius Allen, from Chase Harris. What do you think those guys, how did those guys play for you today?
You know, athletically, he's just, gifted. And now when he learns how to play the game, I mean, he could be unstoppable down there.
Now, Coach, we had some audio issues there a little while ago, and I think you just heard your headset come on. But can you go ahead and tell the people out there, how do you completely assess that game again? Sorry to go back to that question.
No problem. I felt we played very well for about 28 minutes tonight. We were moving the ball. We were playing team offense, playing team defense, keeping them to one shot at a time. And in the last 4 minutes, everything kind of fell apart, and we allowed them to come back in the game. Being that young, you're going to experience that early in the season, and we use this as a learning experience tonight, and we need to learn from this and learn how to control games and how to put teams away in the future.
Coach, as you go back to practice, what are we working on as you look to your next matchup, I think, against John Carroll this weekend? What are you looking to work on in practice as you welcome those guys in here to the Hive?
First and foremost, we're just looking for continued effort. We're still not in complete game shape for certain guys who need to play 32 minutes. We know John Carroll also plays zone, so we're going to continue to work on our zone. Luckily, with St. Ed's tonight, we knew that was coming in as well. So the last 2 games we've played against teams with zone, and that will help us prepare for another district game on Saturday.
All right, Coach, we thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. Good luck on Saturday. We'll have that game here live on MCC TV. Again, your Hustlers get the victory over the Pirates of St. Edward's School, 69-62. I'm Richard Thomas. We're going to sign off on our broadcast tonight. Again, archive footage available by going to FHSAAsports.com/Melbourne Central Catholic. Archive footage of this broadcast and many other broadcasts all season long. For the head coach and our varsity boys basketball team, we're signing off in this edition of MCC TV. Have a good night.
Thank you.